Hello. Trading has closed on December 8th, 2021. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, the 9th. All trades should be at your own risk. I can be completely wrong. Just a reminder, I'm busy most of next week. Looked for the pattern today with the early high. Tends to be a rally day with a high in the final hour. We got that. Tomorrow should also have the early high. We said unless there was early strength, we should trade lower. There was modest early. I said we should trade lower regardless of how we closed. There was some early strength. We did trade a bit lower, supported this old target level. It really wasn't much of a day. Went up less than 1/3%, but it was up nonetheless, and I was kind of hoping it would be down. We traded down, but we didn't stay down, that's for sure. Well, during the day, MEJT said all these moves were false and they'd retrace. It said this one was false, said they'd retrace, and all that's played out. Well, that's water under the bridge. How about tomorrow? Well, this is how I'm doing the long-term count, and if it's right, the high of the year should hold. And we're pretty close to it now. We're within 1% of the high of the year. I'd sure like for this to work. So I'd like for us to be near top. Doesn't mean I always get what I like. Here's the last leg up. Here's our trend line. We're banging up on that trend line. That's the resistance area. I'd like it to hold. Doesn't mean it will. If we're going to continue higher, we should gap over the line. If we don't gap over the line, the odds are good any move over it's going to retrace. But certainly make a clearer picture of that line held. Well, I think at this point in the count you can always play with it and get something that works. So I change it around a bit. I have an A, B, C with C equal to A, which would be A, and I have an A, B, C with C equal to A, which would be a B. I don't know if that's the right count or not. It looks pretty. If it is the right count, wave B's over, and we're getting a wave C down comparable to wave A, and that was something like 200 handles. That was like over 200 handles. But, you know, it looks pretty. It's at resistance. Until we drop from here, it's not a guarantee, it's just a very plausible picture. So we'll call this a candidate for a top, but I can't call it a lock. Well, tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We could still gap down. Today's high is a trend line and Fibonacci resistance. For the rally to continue unabated, we should gap over that trend line we showed. If we don't, any rally past, it's likely to retrace to the line. It sure would fit. It sure would be pretty and fit a lot better with my scenario if today's high held. It hasn't happened yet. I'm hoping it'll happen, but until it happens, there's always a chance it won't. Now, if we do start to drop here from the word go, it increases the chances that interpretation is correct. And if it is correct, it should be a good chance of dropping over 200 handles. But until it happens, it's just a candidate, nothing else. Tomorrow has the early high, and that's today's call.